What's up, everybody? Welcome to the MIRE. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Tommy Petrain, Nicole DeMace. It's opening night, boys basketball at Immaculata. You are tuning in for the end of a pretty exciting junior varsity game, actually. 56-47 as it currently stands in favor of the home Spartans. But, guys, pretty pumped for opening night of basketball. Timmy, how are you?
I'm doing really well. How about yourself?
Doing fantastic. Mr. Pogue, what's going on over there?
Same as always.
All right, that's fantastic as well, I suppose. We're a little behind here, so we do have about 23 minutes of our preseason interview with Coach Chris Grundy. We're going to do that. Hopefully, we'll still have another minute or two before tip-off to come back and tell you what's happened. Keep in mind, this was recorded on Tuesday before the team's last scrimmage, and if you don't know what happened in the team's last scrimmage, we'll bring you up to speed on that all before tip-off. So without further ado, the head coach of Montgomery boys basketball, Chris Grundy. Well, when you see and hear the voice of the big dog as he comes to join us again, you know it must be basketball season. Welcome to the MIRE, to the athletic director and the head coach of your boys basketball team, Chris Grundy. Coach, how you doing, buddy?
Keith, great to see you, man, and talk to you. I feel like it's been an eternity since we had one of these sit-down talks, so I'm excited.
The only reason it feels that way is because it has, Coach. That's it. But to say that obviously we're excited to be back with basketball season is an understatement. It's one of the things that we on this end enjoy the most about the MIRE. So fired up to be back with you, starting travel to Immaculata.
Sure.
Coach, you know, I think it would be foolish not to start with the fact that you graduated one of, if not the most impactful basketball players in the history of the program in Ryan Curry. And I think that most everybody out there would want to know, what does Montgomery boys basketball look like in the post-Curry era?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. And, you know, you hit the nail on the head when you said, I'm sure that's what, you know, a lot of folks out there are probably thinking and anxious to see kind of what this Cougar team is going to look like post Ryan. And you know, Ryan was a phenomenal player. I mean, there's no need for us to go down that road. Again, you know, 4-year varsity letter winner, 3-year starter. You know, everything we asked of Ryan to do, he did. But you know what? It's interesting too is that you know, so many people have walked in that door behind me since our season ended last year in overtime against South Brunswick and said, "Oh, you know, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do now?" And it's interesting, Keith, because you've been around for it for a while now too. Like, they asked that same question when James Lupos graduated, you know, and they asked that same question when Ryan McCoy graduated, you know, and they asked that same question when Matt Remsen graduated, and you know, the list goes on, and Justin Kovacevic and those guys, and the list goes on and on and on. But somehow we find a way, right? And that's kind of where we are right now. You know, these guys are working extremely hard. You know, since we walked off the floor against South Brunswick, these guys have stepped up and have really worked their butts off. We have 4 amazing captains, 3 seniors and 1 junior, and I'm sure we'll get into all that later. But you know, we're gonna grind it out, man. Like, you know, not trying to elude your question or anything, but you know, we're gonna be the same team. Like, we're gonna really work our butts off on defense. We're gonna let the offense take care of itself. But we're gonna work hard on defense, and we're gonna try like heck to rebound the basketball and get out in transition, and then we'll go from there.
You know, Ryan solved a lot of problems before they were problems, right? You know what I mean? So the things that didn't even need solving, he solved. And there were times when, you know, Josh Moore had to step in and did so very capably, you know, when Ryan was hurt and things like that. But I think if we were taking an objective look at it, the consistency from Josh was a thing that was, you know, I think you probably wanted to step up. Where have you seen him come in terms of his consistency, you know, on both ends of the court?
Yeah, great question. You know, and Josh was in a tough spot. You know, like, he saw a lot of time as a freshman, and then you know, last year obviously a starter. But it's tough, like when you take the floor and you technically play the same position as that alpha persona on your team, you kind of sit back and you're like, okay, kind of like, what is my exact role here? Because when push comes to shove, Ryan's going to bring the ball up. When push comes to shove, the ball's going to be in his hands. When push comes to shove, the play's going to be for him. So like, where do I kind of fit in? And Josh had an up and down year last year for sure. But I thought he was playing his best basketball towards the end. I thought our state game against Heightstown, he played really, really well, really well. And now he knows, and now he knows it's his show. And we've had some really, really good scrimmages so far this winter against some really good teams, and to watch, Josh lead the team in scoring against Ewing with 10 points and just really handle the ball against physical teams and big time pressure. I think you and everybody else are going to really like what they see from Josh. I mean, he just works really, really hard. He wants to kind of put his own stamp on the point guard position, which we need him to do, and we'll start seeing that officially come Thursday night.
I think basketball just in general, I think, is kind of probably different in a post Steph Curry at Davidson world, right? You know what I mean? I feel like he changed the way that the game is played
100%.
Quite honestly. Every kid does, not that nobody wants a dunk. Of course they do, but there was a difference between people wanting to be like Mike versus, what Steph kind of has done. And kids are now out there taking shots from 2 feet inside the half court line. And that's, depending on who you are, might be considered a decent shot, in 2022. Your team through the years has always had at least 1 or 2 snipers, and, last year, I think, at least from the outside, the perception was, hey, that's going to continue. And then maybe the consistency again there, maybe that's the theme of where I'm trying to get to is consistency. You bring all those guys back, sure. Szymborski, Luke Smith, there's a list of guys that you have that at any moment can shoot the lights out. Where are they in terms of that consistency and maybe your ability as a team to eliminate the 2 for 24 night? Sure. From beyond the, and I don't think anybody needs you to go 18 of 22 either. You know what I mean? There were so many of those games that could have been 9 for 22, translates to a 10-point victory.
Yeah, no, it's again, it's a great question. And no disrespect to any of the teams that I've had in the past, but, knock on wood, I feel like collectively this group really shoots it well. In the past, you take Alex Miller away, you contest really hard on Greg Tarka, is there somebody else that's going to step out and hit a 3 from that 27-2 team, whereas with this group, maybe we don't have that one guy where people are like, oh my God, we got to take him away. But collectively, we shoot the ball really, really well. We share the game really well. Guys are cutting and playing really well off the ball, which is something, when you teach a motion offense, getting guys to buy into, an old Billy Donovan staple, which was if you can get guys to cut hard, they may not get open, but they're going to get the defense to react. So now their teammate is open on a really hard V cut. So, we're harping on that, and Coach Bassford does a great job, when he gets his time with the guys to go over some 5-out principles and stuff. And collectively, we're shooting it really, really well right now. There's a difference between a scrimmage at 4:00 and when the lights go on at 7. But you touched on a really key point, Keith, which is we're returning a hell of a lot of experience here. You got Matt Levy, who was an honorable mention all conference player last year, who'll be stepping in his 2nd year as a starter. JT's 3rd year as a starter. Luke Smith was basically a pseudo starter last year. So Josh Moore, this will be his 2nd year starting, 3rd year varsity, and Steve Donahue, he's really, really good. He's really good. And, all 5 of those guys, no moment is going to be too big for them because they've all played in big county games and big state games. So it's not going to be they're not going to be nervous when it's 7:00 at night. And, it's a drive and kick, and I'm going to rise and fire, and I'm going to knock it down because I've practiced it and I know I can.
You lack something you've been spoiled with the last, half decade. And that is, a 6'10" center. Sorry that they don't grow on trees everywhere and that, there's not an endless supply. But, despite not having that in the middle, my feelings and thoughts, just as I was taking stock of your roster, is that just more generally, you're very long and very athletic. You have a stable of 6'3" guys, with long arms that are just going to keep coming at you. And I know for you, with that type of defense that, when you want to ratchet it up, that length really kind of comes into play. And those 6'3" guys aren't they're not unathletic guys. What I mean? Let's just say that, you have guys that can move and do a lot of those things. How much does that length maybe compensate for having the one, big mountain in the middle?
Well, you know what, and we've talked about this a lot, during our pre-practices and during our film sessions that, and I take a lot of this on myself. And I told the guys that this is going to make me go back to my old days of coaching and really harp on the fact that rebounding the basketball, it's a team thing. We've been spoiled, and you touched on it. We've been spoiled, whether it was Rohan or Rabayo or Gordy, or even before that, you go back to the freak team that I had with Prevost and Lupos and Benz. We had that guy where, I don't really feel like boxing out a ton because I got 2 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", 6'10" kids on the inside, and they'll clean the glass for us. We don't have that this year. And we talk about this as a team a lot. And I tell the guys, you're going to work your butts off defending, and you're going to force a tough shot, a contested shot, a shot that a kid's maybe not ready to take. Maybe it's a shot that he doesn't practice, and you're going to work your butt off, but then you're going to give it back on a second chance point because someone's not pulling their weight and someone's not boxing out. So we talk about boxing out a lot. I don't know if boxing out is something that you can drill a ton because it's just, it's tough, especially with the defense that we play. It's not, I'm covering Keith, I'm going to box out Keith. It's not like that. So it's tough to replicate. But Ewing really made us pay on the offensive glass. Other teams that we've scrimmaged made us pay. But we're getting better. I thought we rebounded really well on Saturday. We've got a big test tonight against Colonia in our last scrimmage. But yeah, it's going to be a team thing. We got to be physical. I use a lot of football references when we talk about boxing out, like the idea of this is special teams, and special teams talk all the time about first hit. That's what it's going to be with boxing out. You got to deliver that first hit. Shot goes up, you're putting a forearm in the kid's chest, and you're going to deliver that first hit. You're going to, wake them up a little bit, and then you're going to go and release and go get the ball. So we're working on it. The length helps, sure. But it would be nice if we had 6'5", 6'6", 6'7" kid in there, but we don't. And that's fine. And we're going to work and rebound as best we possibly can.
We talked a lot so far about, what isn't here anymore and what you have returning, but there's a pretty exciting newcomer into the ranks. And while I always say that you always manage to find a freshman to get some minutes here and there, I suspect that the freshman that maybe a lot of guys don't know a ton about just yet may see more than just some cursory minutes. Tell us about Ethan Lynn. Yeah,
for sure. Ethan's a very talented basketball player already as a freshman. And yeah, he's gonna be on the court a lot this winter and for the next 4 years for sure. And he's out of the same mold as a lot of the other guys that you have seen and that I have seen, where, if you could let him work out 24/7, he would. He loves it. He loves being here. He's really acclimated himself very, very nicely to the academic world of Montgomery, as well as the basketball world. The guys love him. I feel like it's overused, but I'm going to use it anyway, which is like that it factor. He just has it, like he's really high basketball IQ, just like different stuff, like stunning at the basketball, understanding like when to do that, when not to. He's got, he handles the ball really well. And he's long, man. He's long. He's, every bit 6'3", but with really, really long arms. And we're excited to have him. We're excited to work with him. I know he's super excited to be here. He's having a great time. And he's going to help us. He's going to help us win some games for sure.
Tell me about the county. In the local area, what status report card time? Who's who, what's what, and where do you think you slot?
Yeah, tough to say where we kind of slot right now. You have they shook up the divisions a little bit, so our division is different than it has been in years past. So now it's going to be us, Watchung Hills, Ridge, Immaculata, and Hillsborough in Phillipsburg is our division, and Rutgers Prep and Gill and Bridgewater and Hunterdon Central and Franklin are in the other division. So our division returns a lot, man, a lot. Immaculata opening night, they return their three top kids. Phillipsburg returns basically their entire roster. Ridge returns their top guys. Hillsborough, I think, is going to be really, really good. They lost one of their better players, transferred over to Rutgers Prep, but they're really solid. And Coach Salton's got guys back, and he does such a great job up at Watchung Hill. So division's going to be really tough. Whatever. Do we really need to talk about the county? But it's the same. It's those same two at the top, and the rest of us public schools and are just kind of battling. I feel like if we rebound the ball and we shoot the ball well, we could be anywhere. We could be a top 5 team in the county again. If we don't, then we won't. But our goals, and I know you love it, our goals are the same every year. So we're, no matter who comes into the Cougar Den, or no matter who we go to face and we get off the bus, we're going there to win. So whether that's Gill or Rutgers Prep or Immaculata opening night, or Ridge or whoever it is, we're going with the expectation that we're going to win, and if we don't, we're going to be super disappointed. But we'll get into the film and we'll get better and get ready for the next game.
The maybe a little bit wider picture of it is this is the first year of that, the new NJSIA schedule, which, people went bananas about, but I don't know that you need to go crazy bananas. It's just kind of compresses things down a little bit and provides a little bit more room in between seasons. Shouldn't really impact, but maybe 1 or 2 games in terms of the volume of games you're going to play. Is that even a thing that's on your guys' radar? Or I'm in the minority in the state. I love the new schedule. People that are losing their minds about it. You're allowed 24 scheduled games plus the county plus the state. So what are you really sacrificing? Like you're going to get your 26, 27, 28 games, depending on how far you go in the county tournament. And then you get the state tournament. I know people are all up in arms, no tournament of champions. I'm not. I think it's, when I think back to, the Lupo senior year and the 27-2 team, even though we fell short in the 27-2 team, we lost to Trenton. I think it would be awesome to, had we, go back to Lupo's senior year, had we knocked off Cherokee and then gone to the rack and beaten, I think it was Plainfield that year. How great would that have been? Come back home, Group 4 champs, little parade, down 601 here. Versus the alternative of, oh yeah, you got the 6 seed, you're going to go play Roselle Catholic and lose by 700, then you come off the court and you're, everyone's upset and you have a bad taste in your mouth, so I'm fine with the new schedule. It gives student athletes a chance to have some downtime in between, your basketball season before your baseball season or your track season or your lacrosse season, whatever it is. I'm fine with it. athletic director Chris Grundy imparting just overall perspective into the basketball. I never thought I would see the day. How's year 2 of being the top dog around this place?
It's a lot better this year than it was last year this time, just because, you know, you become acclimated with kind of what has to get done. I know you reached out to me earlier today about an earlier meeting, and I had my budget meeting at 11. So I had to go over there and, you know, present a case as to why I'm asking for an 11% increase in my budget.
It's because you got to pay the MIRE.
You got to pay the MIRE. Got to pay the MIRE. But yeah, I mean, it's fun, man. Like I do enjoy it. I do like coming to work. I like this new role. Are there days where I wish I was back in the classroom? Are there days that I wish interacting with the kids, especially that piece of it, interacting with my colleagues, like up in the math department? Do I miss that stuff? Sure. But at the end of the day, it was a situation when they approached me about being the athletic director. You know, it was a situation where Megan and I felt like it was the best move for us as a family. It was the best move for me personally. And I would like to think that it was the best move for the district, because I would like to believe that we're affecting change in a positive way. You know, whether it was the kickoff to fall sports event, which the MIRE was nice enough to be a part of, you know, whether it's our captain's breakfast, whether it's, you know, a whole host of other things that we're trying to do. We have a new thing this year where everybody's practicing early. There's no late practices in the winter anymore. You know, when I first got the job, I wouldn't get out of here till 8:45, 8:30, 8:45 some nights on practice days. And now we're all after school. We're 3 to 5:30, everybody, boys, girls, wrestling, and winter track. So, you know, the parents are happy about that. The kids are home studying and being students first, because that's the reason we're here. So I like to think we're doing some good stuff. I mean, just like anything, man, I try not to listen to all but at the end of the day, I would like to believe that we're doing some good stuff here. You know, so that's where we're at.
Love hearing that. Love hearing that. The you touched on it, so I won't go crazy on it. And I'll even say it for you: county, conference, and state in the goal. You know,
that's right.
Figure it's taken me 16 years. I'll be the one to say it this time. But I'll take you in a little bit of a different direction for our last question.
Sure.
One thing that you think the fans are going to be excited about that they don't know about yet is?
I think that it goes back to your very first question. I think that people don't think we're going to be very good because we don't have number 14. And I think everyone's going to be pleasantly surprised and excited with the team that we put on the floor, because we're good. And taking a page out of Coach Prime's playbook, we're coming.
I love it. So we're on the cusp of boys basketball season, which I know gets everybody excited. And so happy that you were able to join us for a couple of minutes, and wish you all the luck in the world as the season goes on, Coach.
Appreciate it, Keith. Thank you very much. You and Matt and Tim and the rest of the guys do such an amazing job. And, you know, don't think that I don't realize that as a coach and as an athletic director. What you guys do for the greater school community is unbelievable. So thank you.
We appreciate it. He is the athletic director and the head coach of your Montgomery Cougars, Chris Grundy. And make sure you stick with us as we are getting set for tip-off opening night of boys basketball at Immaculata, 15th at 7 p.m., depending on when you're listening to this. It might be 10 minutes from now, and it might be 2 days from now. So whenever that's going to be, make sure you tune in. Coach, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Keith.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the MIRE. And listen, it wouldn't be opening night, Timmy, if we didn't have some technical errors to work ourselves through. And
Oh, yeah, I know. Smooth
you know
as
the problem?
butter.
Again, I just don't even know why things happen. That's the thing that bugs me more. So you're going to get a little handheld camera action. Hopefully by the time we really get things rocking and rolling here, we'll have things back to normal the way that you are used to on the MIRE. So early 5-0 lead for Immaculata. Three-pointer from Sean Givens was first points of the game.
And a steal on an inbound and an easy layup on the second.
So here is Josh Moore as he D's up. This is just an odd angle and an odd setup for us here at Immaculata. Levy is going to force a turnover as Givens walked right into his trap.
I'll tell you what, Levy is already playing some really solid defense. In the first series, he stopped an easy layup. And on that, forcing the turnover.
Josh Moore will get it over the timeline into the paint with a little floater, and the
go.
first points of the season for the Cougars come in a familiar way for Mr. Moore. That was really a specialty of his last season.
Oh, yeah, he loved that floater. That was money for him.
And that was an offhand floater, too, as Givens again will fire away from three. And Szymborski got pushed to the ground. Couldn't believe didn't get a foul call, and it ended up in an easy bucket for Davis Adams.
Immaculata already doing some early pressure on inbounding and full court press type stuff going on.
You're getting your first look there at number 12, Ethan Lynn, as Levy will drive and be fouled. Ethan, new to the district this year and just a freshman, but 6'3", very long, clearly a bright future ahead for him. Gotta love that.
Yeah, already getting some PT as a freshman in the varsity game, starting in the varsity game.
Well,
that doesn't happen very often.
And, it leads us into what we told you we were going to have in the pregame, and that was a explanation for that, and that is because you don't see Steve Donahue in the Montgomery lineup, and that is because Steven broke his arm, unfortunately, in the team's last scrimmage. And, you talk about, like, the guy, if you said, hey, if you really didn't want to lose any one guy, who would it be?
Yeah.
It would be like, oh, Donahue, and then Donahue.
Yeah, and then Donahue again.
Right. And they're going to try to force a turnover, but Adams is able to corral. Ethan does a great job moving his feet, but give Givens some credit as he sticks with it.
I mean, the Donahue loss is big just because you spend the whole offseason there was series and sets designed specifically for him, and now it's a little bit different already.
Levy passed up a three-pointer.
He thought about it.
He's going to get fouled as it was kind of like a knee-to-knee bump there. Looks like Mr. Pogue is close to having us back online here, which is a good thing. And we have, and you know what, the crappy part is, but once we get this all rolling in a couple of minutes, we'll actually have why we were even able to film with the iPad. As Szymborski's going to try his first three of the season, that's no good. Luke Smith he's going to try to track it down, but they're going to say out of bounds. Tommy Petrain, newest member of the MIRE staff, on hand here tonight at Immaculata. He's going to be our statistics guru. Found a pretty good-looking live app that the one thing we've always kind of poo-pooed here on the MIRE because we didn't find anybody that was interested in doing it was our ability or inability to keep live stats. Here's another offensive rebound for Davis Adams, and he's going to have his layup roll off, and Levy's going to have a jump ball forced.
Yeah, that's something we're going to have to do a lot of this year is get position in the paint to get those boards because already Immaculata is showing that they're out rebounding us.
Possession now to the Cougs, and Levy will get it over the timeline. And he's going to go right to the hoop, and he misses the layup. That was a kind of a momentum bucket. Great job by Lynn on defense there on Givens. Here's a three coming off a screen, no good. But a putback rebound from Josh Williams is good. Yeah. Nice inbound by Szymborski.
Yeah. Kind of right around the side.
Josh Moore crossing up as Levy's going to fire away. No good. And Montgomery again, nobody home for the rebound. Givens is going to get fouled by Levy. Incidental contact, if nothing else. But it is what it is.
Yeah, just kind of one of those unavoidable things. He was falling down. Levy was trying to stop him from getting the easy bucket, and ends up in the foul.
So Immaculata now. Driving layup, no good, and Luke Smith flying in for the rebound.
Good defense.
So Montgomery now will work at offense.
There
And a
we
three.
go.
First one of the season for Symborski.
Let's go. Let it. Hope that's a trend.
Lead is down to 4. And Ethan Lynn with a little kickball.
He is tall.
No doubt about it. So we're about to get a scoreboard back for you. Pogue, did you update the MIRE webpage, the homepage with the YouTube link? Alrighty. And another miss by Immaculata.
Good rebound by Smith.
That's one thing that you heard Coach Grundy talk about in the pregame. Just, as Smith fires away, can we rebound the basketball as a team? And that's another time there on the offensive glass where, there's just been nobody home, They feed to the middle. Lynn will come up with a steal off the good defense from Symborski and just an element of bad luck.
Yeah, just got in each other's way. Good heads-up basketball, and then just an unfortunate turn of events.
Good defense so far from the Cougs. So here's another 3 from Givens this time, and rebounded by Symborski. Lynn will throw to Moore. Good hesitation, ball fake, right to the hoop, lays it in.
Nice.
Great job from Moore, and a timeout of Immaculata as Montgomery cuts the lead down to 2.
Getting some momentum.
So let's use this opportunity as we were scrambling in the pregame to catch everybody up on everything that we probably would have talked about in any normal pregame situation. First off, welcome to the 22-23 season. Happy to be back with you on the MIRE. We have I will call it a stilted, abbreviated schedule in the 22-23 season for you. Currently I think we have about 12 games on tap. And it's kind of a dual function of the fact that we got that huddle cam installed in the gym. So, naturally, I think people feel like maybe we're a little unnecessary. Redundant, superfluous, if you will. But I think given a little bit of time and the fact that camera just doesn't follow the ball, people are going to want us back.
Yeah,
I'm going to bank on that.
We're missable.
That's number 1. Number 2 is, lest anybody forget, Pogue's got a baby. So you know what? I love Jonas, but I need Pogue. Well, Jonas, if I said sit down and do all this right now, figure out all the problems and make it work, yeah. Still need to he needs a little more time, he says. Yeah. I agree. I think I need a little more time, too. That's why. Just a little bit more time. So, Pogue the MVP of this conversation for certain. So, you combine those two things, and we're where we are. So, 11-9 Immaculata, and a nice hanging layup from Givens. And now Lynn, little hesitation dribble, man. He's going to be pretty good when it's all said and done.
I just wanted that to fall.
Just
a nice
little short. Nearly an illegal screen by
Nice
Givens,
step
sticking
up.
the butt out there.
Nice step up by Lynn, though, to get a hand up on that shot.
Great job by Smith on the last box out there to really seal off the potential offensive glass. Smith pulls up and has that one rattle in and out.
You got to take that extra second just to compose yourself and get that easy bucket.
Offensive foul, first charge of the season taken by Symborski.
What do you know? It was
I
Symborski.
was going to say, there's a shock.
What do you know?
There's a shock. What's that? That's fine. if you go to the embed side over here and then you put the YouTube link in the embed, scroll all the way down. There should be, it's blue. Put the YouTube link in there.
Some more inbounds to
There you go. Well, you need to fix that. Yeah, there you go.
Nice nice pass.
Here's a dish and a 3 from Melt is no good. Get our first look at Jack from Melt.
Yeah, I was wondering who's going to be the first guy off the bench, and I'm not surprised it's him.
Good defense from Moore, but Smith better. And they're going to say a foul by Givens as he pushed Luke Smith out of bounds.
He was moving. He was trucking. This is a great steal.
You just need the go to this. Like the action. No.
More setting up the offense.
The actual YouTube page. That's all you need is that. There you go.
Nice. Nice little crossover.
Smith, a kick, and gets it to fall with the shooter's roll. Cougs within a point, 13-12.
You got to get some love.
Scroll down to the middle of the page. It usually once you hit enter over there, it puts itself in the middle of the page over here. Here's a 3 from Immaculata. That's good. As they answer right back with Luke Bryson.
Up in the pace of the game here with 46 seconds left in the first quarter.
Lynn. And Melt is nearly fouled. And then they end up throwing it away as he and Smith just weren't on the same page.
Yeah, a little miscommunication. He was cutting in and just got tossed away.
Our first look at Magnus Wallace.
There we go.
You know, we joked as we're approaching 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter that Coach Grundy always finds a way to find a freshman to get minutes. I don't think it's going to be a matter of, like, Ethan Lynn's getting minutes this year. I think it's like Ethan Lynn's playing, like, 28 minutes a game.
Yeah. I mean, he so far has a good start.
No doubt about it. Immaculata looks like it's going to play for the last shot here. They're going to go ball screen. Smith come over on the help defense, and a miss by Givens from Melt's got the rebound, and it is almost stolen, but out of bounds with 3.2.
Coach Grundy saying 3 seconds, you got time.
Plenty of time. 3 seconds in hoops is an eternity.
Oh, yeah. Unless it's not.
Should be.
Should be.
That great pass for Moore. Kicking. Wallace for 3. No good. It's off the mark, and that'll do it for the end of the first quarter. We have played the first 8 minutes of the season, and Montgomery chaotically, just like the MIRE, keeping it a little bit close. We'll be right back. You're caught in the MIRE. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back here to Immaculata High School. Keith Glock, Matt Polk, Tim Bartholomew, Jonas Felak, Tommy Petrain, Nicole DeMace. I actually told Jonas, don't come today because we got plenty of people. Now, if there's ever a dumber thing that I've said, I'm sure I've said dumber things than that, but that's pretty dumb. Like on the dumb scale, that's pretty high. Because it's opening night, something's always going to go wrong, and we're on the road.
I haven't been to a MIRE where things went right.
It is bananas, man. So, whatever. We're back. We good.
We good.
So they say. Poke, you got a headset over here if you want. You okay? Here you go, buddy.
Poke can't do all of that.
And Immaculata's going to go to the free throw line, shoot some fouls. How you doing, Matthew? You okay?
Yeah, we're good. I've been watching, but I haven't actually been watching.
I appreciate your efforts as always. Not that we even knew what the hell was wrong, but
we still don't know.
no, we don't. First free throw is good from Miles Tucker.
I mean, what was wrong was it didn't work.
Well, that was problem one.
That was
You
the first.
are a genius, Bartholomew.
I could have told you that was that.
We didn't ask him, to be fair.
I just sit in the corner and like watch mom and dad fight. You know, I don't want to say anything that's going to get Glock angry.
My Christmas, my Christmas wish list starts and ends with you knowing how to do anything for the MIRE technologically, so that you could actually help when some of these things go wrong.
Hey, if you took the time to show me how to do any of this stuff,
we're not having this fight again.
Yeah, we don't learn like that. You know that. We learn by failure.
Yeah,
a lot of it.
Cougs trail it by 6 early part of the second quarter.
You guys have learned a lot over the course of this.
We should be in Mensa by now by the time. And there's just a lazy inbound from Wallace and a streaking layup. Oh, and it does go down for Cole Hayden.
Just got to be a little bit more aware of the surroundings.
No doubt. They throw a double at Moore, and he gets out of it. Levy is going to travel. Yep. Oh, no, they're going to get a foul before that. They're going to say the foul is what caused the travel.
Okay.
So
I could see that.
That's that.
That sounds believable.
No doubt.
Just got to find your shot. That was a good look. Rebound by Immaculata.
And they're going to throw the other way. For Melt's going to have it go off his hands.
It's good defense, taking it away, the pass. Smith and Zaborski check back in.
Immaculata lead is up to 8 now. Givens will inbound it. And he gets it right back. He fires away from 3. That's no good. And a foul over the top.
Yeah. Good call.
Chigozie and Yora is going to pick up the foul. Second foul on Yora tonight, so he will head to the bench. Davis Adams back in for Immaculata. A lot of ball pressure from the Spartans, and Luke Smith able to
a little crossover.
A FIFA-esque fake job from Luke Bryson trying to draw a foul, but the referees weren't biting. As Levy has his shot rejected, and Immaculata comes the other direction.
Good
feed
steal.
into the middle. Szymborski will come up with it. Now Levy, and Matt's going to go to the free throw line. Good job by Levy there. You know, really wasn't shying away from any part of the contact.
Yeah, I mean, he initiated the contact, if you ask me. Kind of lowered the shoulder a little bit.
Which was smart.
Yeah. I actually thought it was going to be offensive for a minute, but it looks in this early part of the season that he's been drawing a lot of fouls. Nice free throw. Cuts the lead to 7.
So crop it to right there.
Okay.
And have that be the individual one. So now watch.
There you go.
I gotcha.
See, you know what I'm saying? And now make another one of those to be like the big one, and you'll have 2 different shots of it.
Gotcha.
See, every once in a while, Pogue, I got good ideas.
Oh, yeah. It's the implementing on the fly. That's the tough part.
We talked about this in the car.
Nice shot boxing out by Montgomery.
I felt like I was clear.
Well, yeah, we always do, but, you know, then this happens.
Here is
you guys planned this catastrophe in the car?
Certainly not.
We wanted to make it as difficult as possible, so this is what we came up with.
We were like, listen, we're not going to have the right wires. We're going to like
you know what the crazy part is they miss another 3. As Lynn is going to throw out for Szymborski.
Nice pass.
JT.
Oh, good
and
job.
1. You know what? He saw that opening there, and he said, I don't think that he's going to be able to get there in time. And you know what? If he hesitated even another fraction of a second, I really think that probably would have been an offensive foul, but not so much.
That was a great take. Big fan.
So Szymborski has that one rattle out. The lead remains 4. 5:30 to go second quarter. Montgomery and Immaculata. It's opening night of high school boys basketball in 2022. We have this broadcast this evening, and then we'll be back at home on Saturday. And then we're done for the until the new year. And another offensive foul. Szymborski again's got his second. Good job by JT.
I mean, what's the over-under on charges that he takes this season?
Oh, I don't freaking know.
It's like 3 a game, 4 a game.
I have no idea.
This is specialty.
So now it is Lynn. Luke Smith. Cougars are searching to try to find their way a little bit here offensively.
Yeah, I mean, but they're hanging in.
And Lynn tries to split 2 guys and does, and he's going to get to the free throw line. You know, you got to credit the length for Ethan Lynn on that one.
You know what we're doing really well offensively is drawing fouls.
And you know what? Grundy and I talked about this too, that, you know, you lack maybe the big guy that you've had over the last half decade.
Yeah, we don't have anybody at 6'7".
6'10".
Yeah,
Right? It's been a while since we haven't had a 6'10" guy.
Yeah.
But you're just rolling in 6'3" after 6'4" guy, you know, and everybody's long. And I think that, you know, you're going to see these guys only get better as the year goes on, which I know sounds cliche, but for Montgomery, that's not typically the case because they usually are very quick starters and they're going to stay out of bounds.
There you go.
Good job by Montgomery as Jarrell Alston stepped on the baseline. But to have so little time to adjust to what your identity would be without your best player, like that's what this team had 2 days to figure out. How are we going to do what we want to do without Stephen Donahue?
Well, you know, I'll tell you what. This team that's on the court right now is a stark difference from what ended the season last year. You know what I mean?
My goodness.
It's so I was a little bit apprehensive, or not apprehensive, but I don't know. I don't know what the right word is, but I was, you know, curious what we're going to have on the court. So far, so good. I like it. I see a lot of potential for growth in this team.
Got your first look at our live box score from Tommy Petrain as a 3 is wildly off the mark. That time from Cole Hayden, and Josh Moore will run the other way.
Oh, good hustle, though.
Ethan Lynn with a hesitation for Luke Smith, and that's no good. Levy fighting for the rebound, and a jump ball with the possession arrow to the Cougs.
It's a nice job. That's something Levy always does very well, is like kind of get himself in a position where he can fight for that ball. He's aggressive enough. And that was a great job right there.
Lynn will drive, and he has it rejected, but again, Smith with a lot of time,
there
and he knocks it down. Luke
Ties
Smith.
it up, baby.
And another timeout. Game now knotted at 20.
I like it.
You know, and I think there was a lot of thought coming into this season, even when Stephen Donahue was healthy, that this was going to be a rebuilding year for Montgomery because, you know, you're in Montgomery hoops AC, as it were, after Curry. And it's what, you know, what was the team going to look like? And then, you know, you watch them play in the preseason and you go like, man, dang, like they're pretty good. And, you know, you lose Donahue and then now you're back to like maybe some questioning. So through 12 minutes, like 12 minutes does not a season make, of course, but, you know,
we don't know the makeup of Immaculata, what their team's like this year. But, I mean, it looks like they're doing some really good things offensively and defensively for the Cougs. You know, it's funny. I thought at the beginning of the season, like, who's going to handle the ball? And now I'm like, the bigger question is, you know, who's the big guy? Who's playing big for us, you know? Szymborski's doing a good job muscling up and boxing out.
There's a 3 from the top of the key, and that is good from Josh Williams. So Immaculata's back on top. If you have a secondary device, by the way, and you are interested in getting the live box score all the time right on your phone or tablet, you can download the Game Changer app and just search Montgomery Cougars. And, we're going to bring some of that stuff to you as Smith.
Nice steal.
An acrobatic steal up ahead for Levy, and he's to the hoop and lays it in with an O call.
Hey, I love it.
Cougs cut the lead again to a point. So, yeah, the Game Changer app's what Tommy Petrain is using to provide our live statistics. Pogue will throw a lot of that stuff on screen, certainly halftime and, as big moments or big score lines happen. But it is free for everybody to use. Szymborski's going to get called for the reach. That's a good call.
Yeah.
So
This is a different vantage point for us.
yeah,
So
I don't like it.
No.
It's kind of cool, but I'll still take the midcourt angle
Yeah.
every time.
I mean, I like the novelty of it in the a little bit in the beginning, and now I'm just like, the scoreboard's really far away.
Three goes in and out, and Smith is just out-muscled for that rebound by Davis Adams.
That's why position is so important. I mean, we're a little undersized comparatively.
Oh, Lynn with a hesitation move to the hoop.
Oh, man.
Man, the athleticism of Ethan Lynn on display there. His first two-point bucket of his career, and that's one we can put on the highlight film.
Only 998 more to go.
And another steal. Montgomery's going to get a timeout out of it. Great defensive job.
Nice job.
Lynn's fired up, and he should be. Cougars within a point at 25-24. So, I am cautiously optimistic here, Timmy.
I mean, there are Cougars. We got to be.
Yeah.
We got to be optimistic.
Well, we're always optimistic, but I just never know how well any of that optimism is going to pan out. I'm optimistic that the MIRE is going to go well every time. But
You're still optimistic? Wow.
Yeah, but it's just
get
a
there.
world of heartbreak.
You know what I was told during football season? Basketball is going to be a breeze. We're just going to go, set it up, plug it in.
So
be a
you
go.
were responsible for this evil that's here today. I see. Okay.
I got here and I was like, this does not seem like a breeze. This seems quite the opposite. But I'll tell you what. You can never count out a team coached by Grundy and Bassford and his staff.
Agree.
They're great strategists. They're able to put their players in positions where they can excel. So, you seemingly outmatched in a game, but they are always able to find how to make it work. Can't put it,
Just like the MIRE. We find out how to make it work.
Yeah.
Luke Smith and Josh Moore will handle over the timeline for the Cougs as we are 2 minutes away from halftime. Game 1 of the 2022-23 season. Ethan Lynn, very impressive so far in his high school debut, not just his
Nice
Cougar
move.
debut. Oh, my goodness, Josh Moore leaning with the left hand. Montgomery's got its first lead of the season, 26-25 on Immaculata.
Trying to get some highlights, game 1.
Levy.
Ah.
And just a little too aggressive.
Little ticky-tack. He's got to be...
He got away with the push, and then the body bump was a bridge too far.
Got to be careful with the fouls, though. I don't know how deep our bench is.
Listen, you got an A-plus officiating crew on this one with Troy Stevenson and Michon Sharkner, so you're in fine hands there. So nothing to be worried about.
I'm not worried about them making bad calls. I'm worried about them making the right calls, and we just do it too often.
Well, I have faith in these two, that's for sure. Some motion offense from Immaculata. And a baseline drive. Givens, no good from Melt, fighting for it, and Smith flies in. Ethan Lynn crossing over and back outside. Szymborski with a hand in his face.
Deep.
Fires away, no good. Tipped back out by Melt, but right into the hands of Immaculata, and here come the Spartans.
I like it, though. I always like to see Szymborski shoot. All right.
Turnover on a bad entry pass. That was just maybe a little impatient. Davis Adams couldn't handle it. Did we build a scoreboard today, Pogue, or are we just we're going full-blown just Immaculata scoreboard?
No, I made that.
You made that.
Yeah, I made that exactly like theirs. It's a replica. I'm proud
You
of
did
it.
a great job.
I'm very proud of it.
Going to get some kind of illegal screen on Montgomery, and I think it's going to be on Luke Smith. Yeah, Luke Smith is going to get called for that one.
I watched him make it. He was doing a great job. A lot of cut and paste.
Yeah, I had some glue out, some scissors string.
It was beautiful.
Need some more of that for my thumbnail. And a 3 again from Sean Givens.
That was smooth.
Lead back to 2 for Immaculata as we're under a minute to go in the first half. Josh Moore patiently driving into the lane, and a good no call there as Josh just kind of tried to push the pace, and they're going to get a travel. Yep, absolutely.
He wanted it.
He did.
You know?
Miles Tucker needed 1 dribble, and he didn't put it on the deck.
Yep.
So Montgomery with a little bit of
He just started
there.
running. You know, that's never had that problem because I couldn't dunk. So
Yeah, right.
it was always right to the layup.
Moore. And Lynn sets a screen. Moore is tumbling down to the court, but it's going to result in some free throws for Mr. Moore.
There we go. Let's tie this baby.
Watching this Game Changer app, because we have it up on an iPad, and that's how we're feeding it into the system. The way it shows up in live stats is pretty cool, actually. So because it'll give you kind of like the play-by-play on the left-hand side of the court. Like when Tommy entered a foul there, you got like a whistle icon that came up on the left side, and just to show you the play-by-play of what's happening. And then, of course, the live game stats update to its right as Moore goes 1 for 2 from the line, and Immaculata is going to have the final crack at offense here in quarter number 2. 10 seconds now to go.
Good pressure by Montgomery defense.
5 seconds now for Melt, and I don't know what the foul situation is.
Yeah, the scoreboard.
And it looked like Montgomery had a foul to give. So we're not facing the scoreboard that has all the information.
I didn't even know there was a second
Yeah, there
scoreboard.
was a second one. So that was actually I was going to say that was a silly foul, but it actually was a really good foul since we knew we had one to give. Szymborski with some help D. Givens gets off a floater, no good, and that'll do it for the first half.
Nice job by Vermelt just to get his hands up. No foul there. Beautiful.
So we go to the half. You want to do some statistics now, Mr. Pogue? Yeah, show it to us. Why not? See what you got here. You get a look at our live statistics. Again, in the Game Changer app, if you download the Game Changer app, you don't really need an account. You can just, well, you do need an account, but it's free. You just search Montgomery Cougars, and that will get you what you need. And we are the first thing that comes up in the boys basketball area. And our live statistics provided by that Game Changer app and Tommy Petrain, who did all the legwork on this. And I got to tell you, I'm loving it because we used to just be guessing. Like, let's just be serious. That's what we were doing, which I know is shocking to everybody out there.
This one?
That's the one.
Let's do it.
There you go. Timmy's doing it live as we speak. We are at halftime. Montgomery trails it by 8 points. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll break down what you saw in the first 16 minutes, and we'll have the third quarter. Right before you know it, you're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to Immaculata High School. We're at halftime of game number 1 of the 22-23 season. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Tommy Petrain, Jonas Fielak, Nicole DeMason.
The Dream Team.
Man, that's it, right? What are we, the Eagles? Trying to
Not if it. That's
Put a-
not the
put a
Dream
hex
Team
on
if
things.
you're a Commanders fan, man. Come on.
Oh, I know.
It's the opposite of the Dream Team.
So, go ahead, Pogue. Let's see the live statistics. What we got going on for this one. Montgomery trails it by a point, 28-27. And you see pretty much everything that we got going on there. We just had a foul committed by Sean Givens in the halftime portion.
There's no locker room.
Locker room foul
Yep.
by Mr. Givens.
Yeah, Tommy is on it, though. He already knew.
Oh, he subtracted it. Oh, wait. What just happened there?
I don't know why it's just,
Still keeping stats.
why is it just period 1?
I don't know. Does it have the correct score up there?
No.
No?
It's like one of the periods is gone. Yeah, where's the second quarter's gone? There it is. Nope.
So as we were saying, this app is just absolutely amazing.
Is it possible it's just
definitely-
catching up to
Yeah, that's very possible.
I think it's catching up because I'm looking at Tommy's phone where he's keeping the stats.
Yeah.
And it is currently correct. We're just reliving the game
we are
on your
on the iPad right now.
on the iPad. Way less interesting without actual players. It's just little balls going through the basket. Like
Let's
old
see if this does it.
school Atari basketball.
There we
There
go.
There we go.
All right, now we're back.
Now we've got it.
Sorry, so if we didn't figure it out already today, to fix most of the problems in your life, again, it's like Nintendo. Just turn it off, blow in the cartridge, wait a couple of minutes, unplug it, plug it back in, and then it'll work, okay?
Have you
Because
tried turning it off?
we're running around like chickens without our heads over here in the pregame trying to figure out what's wrong. You hit the reset button on the computer once everything works. Jesus. As if it wasn't be the first thing that we tried. But the problem is we already had the stream going, and then we had to provide all of you out there in the world with a new stream link. These are the kinds of things that when you say, well, how could you possibly get this wrong? Well, like, I don't know. I don't know why that decided to not work anymore.
Oh, I could tell you a lot of ways. A lot of ways.
You know, it's sometimes computer programs just decide that they want to glitch, and unfortunately, the way YouTube is set up, you can't just reconnect to that event. So it causes a problem. So we appreciate you guys putting up with us, but at least we diagnosed what the issue was and we're able to fix it. So
Like you said, we just turned it off and turned it back on. All our woes went away.
yeah,
Kind of. Yeah.
yeah.
Kind of.
I say same thing with the app. We're like, oh, what's going on with the app? Just close it and reopen it, and then it's all
It'll
fixed.
No,
That's it.
let's just reset that. I'm excited for Montgomery to be on this this end of the floor.
Yeah, shooting down this end.
It'd be exciting. Get up close and personal view.
The corner camera view, we know, obviously, is not the
Ideal.
idea. Of course, it's the certainly less than ideal, but it's the best that we can offer you here spatially at Immaculata, just because of the size of the gym. So
Yeah,
So-
they don't expect many fans. Like,
No.
this place is jam packed, and I wouldn't say that it's.
this
got
is
a-
like TCNJ's gym. Why don't people come? Well, because it looks like a small high school gym. That's
That's
why.
the other one. Like the Trenton gym we went to, that was small too. Was it Trenton Central or was that Rutgers Prep?
Rutgers Prep is a very small gym.
Yeah.
So Immaculata will get things going on offense first, and it's going to be a trip to the free throw line. Davis Adams is going to try to shoot some freebies.
You know what I got for us? We can practice the MIRE. I will be coaching my son's third grade team, so we'll have the MIRE come out, broadcast it. It'll be
So
good.
you're gonna make me hate myself for little kids games too?
Yeah.
That's it. That's a great
You
idea.
can't even get it right for the third
Can't do
graders.
it. Can't even do it.
It's all right. I've never coached basketball before, so
That's
it'll-
all right.
It'll be a mess.
Dribble, pass, and shoot. It's just like track.
Yeah.
Run fast, turn left.
Yeah, that's it. I like that you you know that
I do.
coaching advice.
More.
Ooh,
Ooh, a
good
nice
steal
steal.
by Givens.
And he'll run the other direction. And a good play by Montgomery to knock it out of bounds. And Levy.
Yeah, they were, you know, send you out that email that, like, if we can't get coaches, we won't be able to have a team.
And then your kid cries.
And then I was like, well, my kid wants to play, so I'll do it.
Another 3 is no good. And out of bounds. Good job by the Cougs to box out.
Figured I'll just play them snippets of the MIRE and be like, do that.
Just watch video and copy them.
Yeah.
But, Coach, I don't know how to dribble. Well, that's a you problem, kid.
Semantics.
More season opening, and again, another steal.
A lot of turnovers to begin this second half.
Cole Hayden that time. The theftification. Along with my good English.
I like that one.
And that's an athletic move
Yeah.
by Givens.
It's like the hidden ball trick, man. He was like, where's the ball? Oh, there it is in the basket.
Just took it up off his hip, and Lynn's
All
going
right.
to pull up. That's a little short. Second time today we've seen him struggle to get his legs underneath him. And Immaculata out and running, and a timeout for Grundy.
Yeah.
6-0 run to start the quarter for Immaculata.
You knew that was going to be a timeout as soon as they scored.
And Immaculata certainly content to push the pace on that one and cashed in.
Just got to kind of recalibrate and say, listen, this is not what we planned on doing to start this this half. Let's go back to the plan.
No doubt.
And just regain our composure.
Carlos Rodon and the Yankees agree on a 6-year, $162 million contract. So the Yankees really spending big in free agency this offseason, certainly with the re-signing of Aaron Judge. Or in the case if you're John Heyman, Arson Judge, signing with the San Francisco Giants. He was wrong about a couple of things in that tweet.
Yeah, I didn't follow that.
John Heyman's a guy.
I don't have Twitter.
John Heyman's a reporter from MLB.com, and he tweeted that Arson Judge, it auto-corrected to Arson from Aaron.
Okay.
Arson Judge was, and Lynn's going to travel. Arson Judge was signing with the San Francisco Giants, and then like 10 minutes later he signed with the Yankees. So
that's a cool wrestler name.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's either that or a really weird occupation, but, you know, I mean, whatever.
Well,
that was the best fire I've ever seen.
That's right. 9.5 out of 10 on that fire. And Moore is going to come up with a steal the other direction, and he'll go for Levy. Matt's going to get hacked, and he'll go to the line. You would love if, you know, that one had gone down. It almost kind of would have, like, really taken all the bad taste out of the slow start for this quarter.
Yeah. But Levy's doing a really great job at drawing fouls. I mean, that's got to be like the third or fourth foul he's drawn this game.
I think you really saw Levy the last maybe 3-4 weeks of the season last year kind of start to get over that hump a little bit and really show you his identity as a basketball player, as somebody who's really tough. And he's not only tough. That's the thing. You know, he's not just like a Dennis Rodman kind of guy.
Yeah. No, I don't think you ever questioned his toughness. Like, you never did that. And I think with the makeup of the team now, he's realized the leadership role that he really has to take in it, and has really done a great job stepping up and becoming that leader on the team.
Moore, as Smith will curl, shoot, score. And just like that, they're within a point.
That was just one of those shots that just was fluid, you know? Everything went.
I actually don't hate that foul because that's an easy bucket. You know, I mean, and you got to give Smith credit. He actually came pretty close to almost getting there, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an easy block call, but, you know, it wasn't like an embarrassment.
You said he tried. He gave it a go, you know?
I mean, he didn't tackle him all the way to the hoop, you know what I mean? So. And wow, a crazy acrobatic left-handed shot from Jarrell Alston.
He's going to want to watch that one back because I think he had his eyes closed.
I don't know if he's going to want to watch that one back or he's just going to say, like, let's not show this one to anybody.
Yeah, that was one of the ones where the coach is like, I'm glad it went in. Never do that again.
Right.
Yes, good steal.
Oh, Szymborski got a little too much of the body on the way by.
He was so sneaky. He was there.
Great take from Levy on the previous play, but just couldn't get the layup to go down.
That's his third foul.
I think Szymborski's probably going to be one of the guys that teeters on that line of,
Yeah.
you know, like 3-4 fouls a game by the nature.
You're right. But, I mean, it is, 5 minutes left.
That's a great extra pass.
In the third quarter. You just got to be careful because they need Szymborski for the whole game.
Lynn is going to slip down and travel. That was just unfortunate.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He's getting lots of minutes, man.
Has he been on the bench?
I don't think he has.
Clearly looks like he's in fantastic shape, so another bucket from Immaculata. 6-0 run for the Spartans as we approach the halfway point as Lynn leaves it off for the Cougs, and Szymborski driving, and Levy's going to pick up another foul on the rebound. Levy hates the call, but the right one.
Yeah, he went in there a little out of control, and now he's going to go sit on the bench for a little bit.
Jack Fromell up off the bench for the Cougs. The lead is 7 for the Spartans.
I never got to thank you for the Falcons' decision-making skills when they played the Commanders.
Oh, dude, don't get me started. The only decision that they made that I agree with so far is to start Desmond Ridder this week. So
I just love that they were running all over. Ooh.
Big block.
Big one.
Cole Hayden.
But it was awesome. They were running all over him, and then they decide to pass it when they have a chance to win.
I don't. And honestly, he was wide open, though, too. You know, it was a great play by the defensive lineman.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, the play,
Payne
they got what
amazing.
they wanted.
Yeah. And Fuller made a great interception. I mean, that was amazing.
Yes. So, long story short, you're lucky. There
You better be lucky than good.
From
Get in there.
No, Smith, and they're going to say off of Immaculata.
I like it. I like that he took a moment to think about it. To process what he saw. Well, you know, a lot of refs will be instinctual, you know.
Lynn, he'll go to the lane with the left hand, just a little too strong. Good job by Fromell to not kind of, you know, go way aggressive on that rebound. Quick three is rattled home.
They just getting things to fall at the right time.
Josh Williams brings the lead to double digits, biggest lead of the night for Immaculata. Montgomery had a 1-point lead briefly in the second quarter, but they found it a little bit more difficult going here as Ethan Linton hits his first high school three-pointer. The 6'3" freshman cashing in. Defense the other way, and that's a great job by the Cougs as it's out of bounds.
I like how much chemistry Lynn has with the team and having only been with them for this short amount of time.
He's a kid that I've just, everything that I've heard about him to this point has just been so positive. And he's going to have another turnover there, and he gets it out up ahead to Smith. Luke is going to lay it in.
Nice.
Cut that lead in half just like that.
And you said he's new to the district.
Yeah, yep, brand new to the district. Came here from California. So, and we're going to get an N1 play from Davis Adams as Luke Smith picks up a foul. I believe that's his third. No, they're going to say second. that's definitely wrong. They called that on Luke Smith, right? He had the illegal screen in the first half, had the blocking foul down there, and then that. That's 3 fouls. I mean, I was an English major, but driving a kick. Moore passed up on the three-pointer, and he gets run over from the back by Cole Hayden.
Nice job by Moore to keep the handle. Borski's going to come off for Magnus Wallace.
Magnus is a really good outside shooter. This is a Cougar team that's pretty much full of good outside shooters.
Now you just got to create the shot.
Moore with a couple of ball fakes. And it's ironic on some level, too, that Moore, the team's best ball handler, and a lazy pass from Wallace is stolen, and they miss a layup. We're going to get a foul on Magnus. You know, Josh Moore would much prefer, rather than shoot a three, to get into the lane.
Just do a little floater, you know?
Yeah, which is kind of ironic, but second foul on Wallace. I think we've seen that, you know, if there's something I think, you know, he's going to work on in practice this week, as a couple of offensive chances there for Immaculata and a Luke Smith rebound. Is he's got to Magnus has to pass the ball with a little more purpose.
Yeah, and just be, you know, cognizant of his surroundings.
Lynn gets his own rebound and gets it back out to Moore. Josh aggressive
Good
to the
floater.
hole. No good, and it bounces into the hands of Immaculata, and
Luke Smith almost got there.
little ping pong action, and we're going to get a foul the other direction that is going to send Josh Williams to the free throw line.
A lot going on in that play. A lot happening.
See who they get the foul on. They get Ethan Lynn. That's his first, so no problems there.
That's the first one.
Do we get fouls on this? We don't get team fouls? Is that one of the...
That's in the paid version.
We got the paid version. All right. Tell you that. Oh, don't worry about it. I paid for it.
That's in the double paid version. The luck package.
What about up top?
Yeah.
There you go. How many team fouls is that? Smith.
There you go, Smith. Not afraid to shoot it.
7 on Montgomery already.
All right, so Immaculata's in the bonus.
It's pretty early.
Givens a three, tries to match it, can't. And
out of bounds.
Luckily, they're going to say it was out of bounds first, because it would have been an easy bucket.
Yeah, he just passed right to him.
And Jared Grundy said, why would you throw that back in there? Yeah, don't do that.
Well, now they got it inbound underneath.
Oh, they lost him inside.
Pass.
Two guys went to the wing.
Just great court vision.
So an easy bucket for the Spartans. Lead is 8. Smith is going to fire away again. No good. Levy just can't get high enough.
Yeah, he just didn't time his jump quite right on that one.
And another turnover. They're going to try to get out and run. Lynn will throw up ahead for Levy, and Matt is going to have it roll off. And again, we play ping pong as Ethan Lynn has it. And we're going to get a foul on Josh Williams.
Whew.
That was some first game stuff right there. Let's just say that.
You take it. No, you take it.
No, hold on. I'm going to dribble it off your foot. Wait, come back. Come back.
That was a terrible mistake. Here, have one in return.
That's right. It's kind of like the day outside is matching what's happening there. It's just a chaotic mess.
Nice
a drive and a
pass.
kick.
Get in there.
From Elt, knocks down a three. So Montgomery needs a stop here at the end of the third as we're under 10 seconds to go. This is Jarrell Alston. He'll work on Ethan Lynn, a little ball screen, steps back. Givens, an off-balance three. That's no good, and that layup will not go. So all things considered, Montgomery right in this one. You get a look at the score there. Montgomery trails it by 5, 48-43. 8 minutes left to go. First game of the season. We'll be right back. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Keith Clark, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Tommy Petrain. Bartholomew's just Tommy's like crushing this in game number 1 here, and Bartholomew just unrelenting on the young man.
Say this is why we can't have good help.
No, stop. He knows. He runs cross country and track for me.
As my friend Dave would say, this is why we can't have nice things, Tim.
Yep.
Tommy's a very valuable member of our team. He knows I have high expectations for his performance in all areas, whether it be on the track or keeping stats for the MIRE.
Never stop coaching.
Ethan Lynn, they go back doors from Melt, tries to handle it, and he'll say out of bounds off of Lotta.
Montgomery.
Or off to Lotta, I should say. I'm sorry.
It's all right, I got you.
I appreciate it. When you blab as much as I do, sometimes things come out wrong.
Yeah.
Givens. That's all he needs is a little bit of room, and he knocks down another three-pointer.
Montgomery did a great job at the end of the third quarter to kind of close down the lead, but they now can't wait till the end of the fourth one to do the same. They got to start making moves now.
That's the third three-pointer of the game for Givens. Lynn tries to answer back, and he does.
Nice shot.
Ethan Lynn with his second three-pointer of the game. It's 51-46. Here's a steal
Melt.
from Jack from Melt. Great little hesitation. He kicks back outside. Szymborski for three. No good. See if they can stay on the double team. They can, but it's
for not.
Done nicely by Immaculata, and it ends up in a layup from Davis Adams.
Passed that off his shoulder.
That ricocheted off his shoulder, Tim. That was.
I was like,
if he passed it off his shoulder, that would have been.
Obviously, that's what I meant.
That's some dude perfect stuff right there. Okay. Great look by Levy, and now that's got to be goaltending.
I know.
How is that not goaltending?
I don't think you're allowed to touch the backboard, right? Like, what's?
I mean,
I think that's what Coach Grundy's talking to the ref about.
I'm with him on that one. I got to tell you, that ball looked like it was still on the cylinder.
Oh, my kids were just listening. They said good night. They're
still
listening. Good night.
Tell your children good night. It's not good night yet for the Cougars, though, as Smith will fire away, and he'll knock it down and get him back
in.
Back within 4.
That's right.
I could watch Luke Smith play basketball all day as Givens just calmly answers back for Immaculata. Luke, man, he empties the tank, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, and then we saw a lot of that last year, and just fighting for minutes, and now, nice.
Moore also calmly, as Givens said, you know what, if I challenge this, I might foul, so.
He's got a smooth layup, man. That was almost, that looked effortless, you know, and it was much harder than it looked.
And a foul on Levy. He wanted a jump ball. It's sort of Grundy, but they're not going to get it.
4 for Levy? What is that? What does our magic app say? It says nothing.
No, and they gave it to Josh Moore. That was why.
Okay.
So, first foul of the game on Moore. And
All
Givens.
It was
misses.
worth it.
You know, this game, the offense has been more consistent in this game than it was for very long stretches of games a season ago. Like I feel like there were 3-4 game stretches last year where I felt like we were sitting in the 30s and early 40s, you know, for long periods of time. And then, you know, great backdoor cut,
Nice
and Levy
look.
finds Moore, and the lead is 3.
There you go, making moves early. That's what I like to see. Got to keep at it, though. Can't take the foot off the gas.
Good defense, but Davis Adams just a little too big and a little too strong. And that's going to be, you know, potentially Montgomery's Achilles heel this year is how do you deal with just some of the blatant size, you know, where other teams used to have to deal with that with us.
Yeah. I mean, you had somebody big to at least at least put a hand up in there, and now we don't really have that as much. You know, you're going to have to do other things, but I think they're up for the challenge.
You get spoiled when you have guys like
Rabio and Prakish.
yeah, you know, you could trot Rohan and Rabio out for 5 years in a row, and you and then you go right to Gordy, and you're like, there's not any more of these.
Where'd they all go?
Come on. We're gonna have to talk to Village and Orchard Hill, make sure that cafeteria food is up to snuff.
Yeah. I haven't seen any really tall 5th graders, so I don't know. You're gonna have to get a transfer in.
So Lynn, with Montgomery trailing by 5, he has played such an important role in tonight's game.
I mean, he handles the ball well for a big dude.
Somebody lost
big
a
guy.
shoe.
As I put the jinx on. Oof.
And a turnover, luckily, for the Cougs. It was Simborski.
Yeah, Josh Moore almost got a
Moore.
hand on it.
I'm sorry, it was Moore who lost a shoe.
Oh.
You know what? It head faked me because he had on the ankle brace.
I thought he threw him a bottle of water. I'm like, what's going on here? This
No.
doesn't happen. Oh, no, that's his shoe.
That's like a nightmare scenario in lacrosse because shoes are a required piece of equipment and you can't score without a shoe. As Smith will come across and hit a 3.
Oh! Here we go.
Lead is back down to 2.
You're not allowed to score without a shoe?
Can't score without a shoe, so you let somebody score without a shoe, and then you got to take that goal off the board. That's a tough. So trying to figure out who doesn't have the shoe, it's a problem. Oh, nearly a double dribble. Grundy was asking for it and didn't get it. Givens off a screen. Rises, fires, and no good.
Big board.
And they're going to get a foul on the floor on Luke Smith.
Yeah.
And they'll say that's his 3rd.
So the new defensive strategy is to try to de-shoe all of the...
Flat tire them.
Flat tire everybody. I like it.
Yep.
I feel like it's a good strategy.
One and one for Davis Adams. Up by 2. We're halfway through quarter number 4.
Let's go get in there. That's off.
And
That's off.
it's a miss and a rebound for the Cougs. So another valuable foul. As Lynn will stutter step and get into the lane. He tries to kick, but has it taken out of his hands by Luke Bryson. Oh, and a great block by Lynn. Simborski tried to save it, and
come on.
Wow, this is just rock'em sock'em robots back and forth.
It's crazy.
Levy. And offensive foul. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, good job by Lotta to take that one.
Yep.
And that's going to be a 1-1, right?
Yep. No, offensive fouls you don't shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Woo! It's just been, like, crazy.
Montgomery alumnus and superstar sports agent Kevin Tarka, a long relationship with Troy Stevenson, and they have a little back and forth about that charge call. As another no good miss from Givens. He's got his own rebound, and that misses, and Moore tips it out of bounds.
Got to get these boards, man. They're more important now than they have been all game.
Double bonus for Immaculata, so they'll go to the line for 2. Every foul by Montgomery here to the end. There's a floater, no good. Givens tries a quick putback. Smith is fighting for the rebound, and he's going to get another foul call.
I feel like it should have been a jump. I mean, I don't have a good vantage point from here, but he looked like he had his hand on it for a good amount of time. That's his 4th.
I thought, 4th. I thought it was 5.
Well, we're not going to tell anybody.
Nope. And another miss from the free throw line as Immaculata's woes from the charity stripe are keeping Montgomery
in the game, baby.
Within striking distance. Adams.
That's going to be off.
No good. And Simborski with another good box out. Moore Corrals it and looks for a pick from Smith. Luke. Oh, great job by Moore. Takes it to the hoop. No good. Tries to track down his own rebound. Does. A little floater and then puts it in.
Oh, what composure by the young man.
Just like that, we are tied at 58, 2:30 to go in this one. It is turned into a dandy and another steal. Levy's going to race ahead. Can Givens get there? He cannot. And Levy.
Oh, Levy, big basket, buddy.
They give Montgomery the lead. 60 to 58, and Levy asks for some noise from the student section. It's traveled here to this game. Givens driving, misses a layup. Davis Adams has the rebound, and he puts it home to tie it at 60. Levy calmly back for Szymborski, and that is going to go off the referee and out of bounds.
It's out on him.
Just as calmly as he corralled it, did he pass it out, behind everybody, and they're going to have a timeout from Immaculata. 2:02 to go in this one.
Exciting opener.
Big time. So let's reset it for you as we're wont to do here in the late goings of all of our ball games. Welcome to the 22-23 season. Keith Glock, Matt Polk, Tim Bartholomew, Tommy Petrain, Jonas Fielak, and Nicole DeMace all live from Immaculata as we have a good one going here. 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, tied at 60. Immaculata has really kind of felt like it's been in control the majority of this game, but Montgomery really has had, some very timely runs. The lead got to 10, and then it was a quick 5-0 run for Montgomery. Stuck at 5 for a while. Then, since then really been fluttering around a 2-point game. And Montgomery now kind of got a little bit of a taste, Timmy, of what it was like to be back on top here. And I feel like if you're the Cougs, you got to go, hey, let's just limit our mistakes in the final 2 minutes. And I think we feel okay about this.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, it's going to really come down to crashing the boards, boxing out underneath, and just limiting the second chance shots for Immaculata. If we can do that, I think Montgomery's going to do well in the next 2 minutes. And 2 seconds. Don't want to forget those two.
Please don't.
Yeah. Could come up big, man.
Gerald Alston will handle. The possession arrow is in the favor of Immaculata. And the lucky bounce as that one went through the hands of Givens.
Good pass.
A little inside out. Alston, no good, but an offensive rebound. So another crack at offense here for Lotta. Givens will go to the baseline, and he's going to get fouled by Moore, so he'll go to the line for 2.
Gotta hope.
Yeah, Immaculata has not been good from the charity stripe tonight. Givens is the team's best shooter, so
not who you want to see on the line.
No, but I mean, he struggled a little bit earlier as well, so we'll see.
That looks good.
Good as gold right there.
Vermelt checks out. Get Luke Smith back in there.
I think you're going to see a lot of offense, defense here. Luke Smith's got those 4 fouls, so he's got to be careful because he's, one of the team's most potent, if not actually most potent three-point shooters. Yeah. So 1 for 2, but another offensive board. Adams misses, and it's on the deck. Another board, and we're going to go back to the free throw line for Givens. You said it, Timmy, at the timeout.
Yeah.
Got to crash the boards, man.
I mean, that's especially on these foul shots, man. You're already in a good position, but you got to get there. It was a great job by Immaculata to get that rebound.
So a big one coming here for Givens. Got it. And another 1 for 2. So
good job
the lead
by Moore.
Remains 2. It could be 4. So the woes from the free throw line continue. Ethan Lynn, the talented freshman, for Smith and a 3. No good. And Levy
just not in position.
Yep.
Good decision not to go up for it and try
Agreed.
to get an over the back call.
A wild take, but another offensive
rebounds.
rebound. That's going to be a jump ball. That's going to be a jump ball.
All right.
Great job by Levy, but the possession arrow to Lotta, as we said, is just see the offense-defense substitution here.
Yeah, that's all right, though. Now the possession arrow's in our favor, so hopefully that comes into play for us.
Stop is huge here. It's not crippling if you don't get one, but a stop is huge. Dangerous pass from Alston. They leave him open, and he's going to knock down a three. How about that?
That's a big basket right there.
Got to go here. Got to go.
Get it in.
From Melt shields away well. 46 seconds to go. It's a two-possession ball game.
Can't panic here.
More for Levy, and Matt's going to get into the lane, and he's going to be fouled with the body. The Immaculata fans are not going to like it because
it looked like a good block, but it was the foul happened before the block.
A ton of body contact there.
Some big baskets right here, some big shots.
You need both of these from Levy.
100%.
And Matt's an experienced free throw shooter. Knocked down a bunch of big ones last year. And he's
gets one big one this year so far.
True blue right there. Magnus Wallace back in the game in an offense-defense situation.
Lynn getting some last-minute instructions from Grundy.
Levy's got it. Substitution for Immaculata.
Getting a timeout.
And yeah, Grundy's going to call a timeout because he wants to fire some things up. Look, don't be surprised. Maybe come out here in a little bit of pressure, full court. You haven't shown it all day. I mean, you know, it comes down to, I guess, how well do you think you can execute it? And, you know, does the personnel dictate that that's something you can do at this point? I don't know. I don't know the answers yet.
I mean, I haven't seen anything from Immaculata that makes me believe that they're going to, like, destroy a pressure defense. You know what I mean? They have some decent ball handlers and obviously capable, but you get the right amount of pressure, they can force them into a mistake, especially in a high-pressure situation like this. You get that added pressure in, and then, you know, you make mistakes.
Well, this one has been a dandy. Immaculata, thanks to a clutch three-pointer from Jarrell Alston, where, I mean, that was just a gutsy shot in that moment. I mean, no hesitation, you know, in a time when you really could have held the ball for a while and burned some clock. He was like, no, we're not doing that. So
I'm getting mine.
That's the difference right now.
Yeah.
But you've seen Montgomery, you know, learning, obviously, just as we are, about what this team in this season might be. You have to be optimistic about what you're seeing from Ethan Lynn. And I think Luke Smith has his fingerprints all over this one.
I think it was a pretty balanced game.
Here comes the pressure. And Hayden's they're going to turn it over. From Elt's got it. They're down 3. You have time here. And a timeout from Grundy with 27.7.
I like it.
They got what they wanted there off of the pressure. Cole Hayden tried to split 2. And he just couldn't do it.
I mean, he was triple teamed. That was amazing.
I think Lotta had timeouts, right? They have. There's no way in the world they're out of timeouts.
No, they definitely aren't. They had. I mean, it's a pressure situation. He probably didn't. He didn't think. He thought maybe I could break this press, and then before he realized he couldn't, it was too late.
See, that's one of those almost like in the NFL when the team comes out for 4th down and 8, and they line up, and as a defense, you call a timeout right after that, essentially to make them get out of that play that they had, and you also got to see what they were thinking.
Yeah.
That was a perfect timeout situation for Immaculata. The ball would have been inbounded in the same spot. You would have seen what Montgomery wanted to do with the ball, and you could have just said, hey, all right, here's what we're going to expect. Here's what we're going to change here now on this inbound. But they didn't do that. So because of it, Montgomery's got a chance to tie. So let's see what Grundy draws up in the huddle.
Get that ball in.
Yep. Ethan Lynn comes to get it. Nearly almost slips again. But he's got it in his hands, very capable with 20 seconds to go, the freshman. And we're going to get a foul because Immaculata's got fouls to give, so.
Yeah, it's smart, man.
You know, team 5th, so they still have another foul to give if they want to.
I just foul until they get them to the line.
You got to be careful, though, if you're Immaculata, and you don't foul on a three-pointer.
Yeah.
No, be careful. Lynn corrals it. Moore goes to the hoop, and he's going to have to know, and he misses a 2.
Get the foul.
Misses a 2, and they get a foul. That was a curious decision from Mr. Moore.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Maybe he thought he could get the end one.
I mean, if you have a path to the hoop with 12 seconds to go, you know, it's not the worst idea in the world. You know, if you just got to make the layup.
Yeah.
So Givens, he's been 1 of 2 each of the last 2 trips to the line, and he's got the first one again. It's been the back end that's caused him trouble.
Yeah.
The lead, though, is 4. So now that was the important one.
Yeah, that 2 possessions. You need a quick basket if you're Montgomery after this.
Misses it again, and they're going to say over the back. And that was actually a pretty fortuitous thing for the Cougs because it happened so quickly after the ball touched somebody.
0.4 of a second.
All right, so the next foul, Montgomery is in the single bonus. So Immaculata wisely picking up full court here. Lynn goes to get it. He's got to hurry. 8 seconds. Now 7. Got to go, Ethan. 6 with 5 now. Really got to go. Got to shoot it if you're Luke Smith. From far away, no good. It's short, and that's going to do it.
It's a good game, though. Some good basketball.
That shot, a metaphor for pretty much the game there. Just short on both. And an opening night victory for Immaculata against the Cougs, 66-62. But I would be lying to you if I told you that I'm not optimistic about what I saw.
You're not optimistic about it?
I would be lying to you if I said I was not optimistic.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I didn't.
You need to listen to my whole sentences, Tim.
Woo.
That double negative.
I was like, all right. No, I'm optimistic. I think they've got a lot of room for growth. And, it's a different kind of basketball. Last year we kind of were dependent on Curry, and we now it's going to be more of a whole team effort, and you have to figure some of that out this early in the season. And I think as we progress in the season, they're going to make leaps and bounds because they're going to be able to figure that out.
I agree. Pogue, do we get all the kinks out of the system for today?
Sure. Now let's pack up the stuff and do it again later.
All right. We'll screw it up again on Saturday. Our next broadcast coming to you live from the Cougar Den on Saturday. Who are we playing on Saturday? Any idea?
Hamilton West.
Hamilton West. Thank you. Pre-game starts at 12:30. Tip-off is 1 o'clock. And we look forward to having you. The proceeding has been a production of the MIRE. It's the sole property of the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of this one without the express consent of the MIRE is prohibited. Immaculata 66 and Montgomery 62. 1 in the books out of about, hopefully, 27 or 28. Boys, thank you.
Thank you.
For Tim Bartholomew, Tommy Petrain, Matt Poe, Nicole DeMays, Jonas Fielak, I'm Keith Glock. Thanks for watching.